Hi guys, I've just purchased a new helmet, which I'll show you shortly. I've had the old SHOEI lid for a little too long, and it's been a fantastic helmet, but it was definitely time for a new one. Whilst it still looks amazing on the outside, the polystyrene foam and the comfort padding is way past its use by date, and when it comes to protecting your head, you really shouldn't take chances. But before I discuss what I look for in a new helmet, I need to pay tribute to this stunning SHOEI helmet design. The intricate detail is like a unique one-of-a-kind airbrush design. Perhaps they still make helmets like this, but I certainly couldn't find too many trawling through hundreds, maybe thousands on the net. Not only are the SHOEIs one of the safest helmets on the market, but their graphics are just miles above the competition in my opinion. Now let's discuss what a helmet is required to do in the event of a crash. If we look at some basic physics, according to Newton's third law of motion, in an accident where a rider's head has made contact with an object, the force exerted on the rider's head is equal and opposite to the force exerted by the head on the object. In simpler terms, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's second law of motion states that the force will be equal to the acceleration of the rider's head at impact multiplied by their mass. If the rider remains on the bike at impact, the acceleration may be as high as the acceleration of the bike. If the rider comes away from the bike, the body may start to decelerate with friction or wind resistance, for example in a slide along the road. The moving bike has kinetic energy, which is the energy of an object because of its motion. If we want to accelerate an object, then we must apply a force. Applying a force requires us to do work. After work has been done, energy has been transferred to the object, and the object will be moving with a new constant speed. Every moving object possesses kinetic energy. So what does a helmet do in an accident? Wearing a helmet helps to distribute and absorb the force, reducing the impact on the rider's head, and minimizing the risk of head injuries. The polystyrene foam is integral in distributing the force across a larger surface area, as well as absorbing the force, much like a car is designed to crumple and reduce the kinetic energy of a moving car over a larger distance, thus reducing the force felt by the driver and passengers in the car. Alright guys, so if we calculate the kinetic energy of a motorcycle rider using the following equation, so kinetic energy equals half mass times velocity squared, and then divide this by the displacement, or the distance over which we decelerate and bring the kinetic energy to zero, which in a car would be the crumple zone distance that gets compressed. So in this example, X is your crumple zone, and then D is the portion which gets compressed. So D, when you divide your kinetic energy by that distance, we can then calculate the force exerted on the rider's head, or the passenger in the car, or the driver in the car. However, just keep in mind that this is a very simplified view that doesn't take into account many other external factors, such as the helmet fit, the helmet's age and degradation, the quality of the helmet and the ability to distribute the force, and also the material of the object with which the rider has collided with. In saying that, hitting a wall directly while still seated on the bike would be absolutely fatal, even with a helmet on. So let's calculate the kinetic energy of a motorcycle and rider at 60 kilometers an hour. So our velocity equals 16.667 meters per second, which is 60 kilometers an hour. I believe that equates to around the 30 or 35 miles per hour mark in the US. In this example, let's assume the rider hits a wall at the speed of the motorcycle and also hits with the full weight of the rider. So again, an extreme case. So if we take kinetic energy equals half. I'm going to say the rider's an 80 kilogram rider, which is, you know, fairly heavy, on the heavy side for a motorcycle rider, but kind of average as well. So 80 kilograms, and by 16.667 meters per second, and that's squared. We then get 11,112 kilograms meters squared per second squared, because we've squared the velocity. And I'm very big on units, so a kilogram meter squared per second squared is a joule. So our kinetic energy is measured in joules. So we have 11,112 joules. If we then divide this by the distance with which the helmet compresses, so I've assumed that we have a 50 mil thick polystyrene foam inside the helmet, and that would compress at about at approximately 80%, which would 80% of 50 mil equals 40 mil. So we're going to divide that by 0.04 meters. Then we can cancel out meters here, cancel out meters here, and that equates to 277,800 kilograms meters per second squared. And again, a kilogram meter per second squared is a newton. So we have 277,800 newtons. If we then convert that to kilograms by dividing this by the acceleration, and use typical acceleration for gravity. So that's 9.81 meters per second squared, cancels that, and that equals 28,318 kilograms of force exerted to your head. As I mentioned, this doesn't take into account many other external factors, so the likelihood of seeing that load on your head would be minimised with the use of a helmet. Without a helmet, it's absolutely fatal. There is no way you would survive this, and I think even with a helmet you wouldn't survive this sort of crash. But again, it's very extreme cases that you're going to be including your whole body weight and, you know, hitting a wall directly at 60 k's an hour without trying to slow down. So what would save you in an accident is if you came off your bike and hit the road with only the weight of your head and at a much lower velocity. So let's substitute some values here, and let's make that 5 kilograms, so just the weight of your head. Let's make the velocity, let's say you hit with 10 kilometers per hour, divide that by 3.6 to get meters per second. So we get 2.78, we round it up, meters per second. And substitute these values. That's going to change. We'll keep that at 40 mil. That's going to change. And that's going to change. So we're going to go half, 5 kilograms, 2.78 meters per second squared. 19.3 kilograms per meter squared, divide that by 1.4, we get 482. Let's just round it off to 482 kilograms meters per second squared, or newtons. Already you can see it's considerably less. Divide that by 9.81 and we get around 49 kilograms of force. What a difference. So as you can see, speed and weight makes an enormous difference to the result. So as I said, the helmet's designed to distribute the force over a larger surface area. So it's definitely not as simplistic as, 49 kilograms hitting your head. As a distributed load, the force as a point load is reduced considerably. Hence, it would increase your chances of survival significantly. Okay, so what did we learn from this exercise? Let's look at 3 things that we can take from this. 1, reduce your speed and respect the speed limits. I can't stress that enough. If you're on the road, you're not on a racetrack, okay? And there are many obstacles and there are many things you can collide into, and you're pretty much playing Russian roulette with your life when you're going excessively above the speed limit. So it's up to you, but hopefully this has shown you that speed does make a very big difference in an accident. It also, I guess, changes your ability to think as well. So if you're going super fast, you can't think quickly enough to make a decision to come off your bike or to slow down in time. Number 2, a good helmet will increase the effectiveness of the helmet's ability to reduce the kinetic energy and spread that impact force. So good material, thickness, full face helmet. Can't stress that enough either. And number 3, reduce the weight of the impact. So yes, a lighter and superior material helmet is better. So, and also coming away from the bike in a collision is always the better option if you can think quick enough, obviously. And again, that comes down to speed. So hope you learned something from this, but stay safe out there. So what was I looking for in a helmet? After looking at the AGV K5 and K6 helmets, I discovered they were made in China, and although China makes some great quality products now, I'm still not ready to put my trust in their safety gear. So after patiently waiting for a good sale, I settled on the Nolan X-Lite X803 Ultra Carbon helmet, and whilst it didn't tick every box, it packed a lot of great features into a respectably humble price. My local Ducati dealer were having a 25% off sale, and I picked it up for a bargain price of 700 Australian dollars, which is approximately 460 US dollars at the time of making this video. The X-Lite Ultra Carbon comes with an extremely light carbon fibre composite shell and offers 3 shell sizes. The outer shell of a helmet is very important, as it not only holds the helmet together, but protects the polystyrene foam from degradation, erosion, and general environmental breakdown. A good outer shell will also protect the rider from objects piercing and protruding through the helmet to the head. And being a carbon fibre composite, it would not be expected to break down as quickly as a polymer-based composite. The strap and fastening device on the helmet is just as important as the helmet's strength and durability. How many accidents have you seen where the helmet is thrown off a rider's head, effectively rendering it useless? The D-clip securing system is the safest on the market and the only approved to enter the track. The straps are also coated to make them softer on contact with the skin. You also get a pin-lock visor in the box, which is an anti-fog system for the screen and is said to work very well. It is also very simple to install. The comfort padding is not only as is inferred by its name, it holds your head tightly within the helmet to prevent impact between the hard foam barrier and your head. A tight fit is good, but not overly tight that it becomes a distraction to the rider. If you ride in hot weather like I do, you'll be pleased to know the entire lining is removable, including the lining on the chin strap. The lining includes a very innovative net construction that helps air circulation around the top of your head. Nolan has also introduced the Emergency Quick Release System, EQRS. So if needed, the paramedics can pull on the two red tabs just inside the chin piece, and it allows the padding to come out so that they can get your helmet off. Let's hope you never need this feature. Stability at high speeds has also been improved, due in part to the complete overhaul of the new rear spoiler. This spoiler is also adjustable and adapts its aerodynamic position according to various driving positions and driving styles. The ventilation system is known as racing airflow, and from experience and testing in the wind tunnel and circuit, X-Lite has created 3 large front air intakes located at the top, along with another large entrance located in the chin area, also adjustable. Other features include a clear ultra-wide screen, offering a wide field of vision and with anti-scratch treatment. Also, the weight of the helmet is 1.3 kilograms for the medium size. In terms of certification, it is ECE certified, not in the US, but this particular model has not been Sharp or Snell tested. The old X802 composite helmet was independently safety tested by Sharp and scored 4 out of 5 stars, which is a great result. So I'm expecting this Ultra Carbon version to score 4 or 5 stars. Overall, and for the price, I'm super happy with my purchase. It's winter down under at the moment, so I haven't had a chance to test it out, but based on how comfortable it feels, I think I'm going to be pleased. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the content. I'd love if you could like and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making videos like this. See you all next time.